Hello, hello. Welcome back. Coming to you, Facebook family, live here from Rythmia Life Advancement Center. We'll just give some people a few minutes to hop on. It's been another great week here. We're getting a little bit of rain. We are located in beautiful Guanacaste, Costa Rica. Normally super sunny. But if you are joining us for the first time, welcome. We are so happy to have you. If you've been here before, say hi. We are so happy to see you. Hi, Jennifer. Hi, Janie. How are you guys doing? Jennifer, we hope to see you again soon. Same with you, Janie. Hi, Janice. Tell us where you're joining from. Hi, Maria. So good to see all of you guys joining us. Man, it has been another amazing week. Hello. It's been an amazing week. We had Taita here this week, and it did not disappoint. All of our weeks are so special, but you know, doing this plant medicine and having our special guest come in, it is just beyond. If you've been here before, you know exactly what I mean. So hard to explain the unexplainable. Coming to us from Iowa, beautiful. I suppose it's a little colder in Iowa than it is here in Costa Rica right now. So I am so happy to be here. My name is Lindsay, and I would like to welcome my guest. So you can tell us your name.
Yeah, my name is Mishi.
And where are you from?
From Canada, Toronto.
Beautiful. We have quite a few Canadians come through here.
I keep saying there's something in the water, I think.
Yeah.
Could be a possibility.
Absolutely. So we're just going to go ahead and get into it. Hi from Arizona, Alaska. Beautiful. Yeah. So Michi is here with me, and so just tell me, how did you originally hear about Rythmia?
Well, funny story, which I feel like it always starts out with a funny story. I actually booked this 2 weeks ago. Yeah.
Beautiful.
And basically what happened was I was unhappy in my job. Mm-hmm. And I just moved back to the country. I was working overseas, and I've heard of ayahuasca a long time ago, years ago. Mm-hmm. And I just never thought anything of it. Mm-hmm. Until what planted the seed was, I actually bumped into a friend a few months ago. And we were sort of on that same wavelength of, we speak the same language when it comes to spirituality. And she said she was going to Costa Rica and she's doing a solo trip. And, I just started this other job, which I wasn't happy back at home. I wanted to kind of make peace with Canada and settle down, start a family, and just start my whole life, because working abroad was a bit crazy. And what happened was I couldn't take it anymore, and it just got to a point where I just had to leave. So I quit, and that was 3 weeks ago. And I just looked online and said, I've done one solo trip, and it was it's where my spirituality started, my journey started. And then I said, I need a solo trip. I just need to get my head together, and I need to heal, because I feel a little bit lost. Mm-hmm. And so I went online and I just wrote Costa Rica retreat, and Rythmia came up. And Dr. Michael Bernard Beckwith is and Anita Morjani, and there's just all these different people that I follow, that I read their books, and they were all saying great things about Rythmia. So I'm like, okay. And the funny thing is, sorry, a side note, is that I had this thought. I said, I want to go to a retreat, but I just don't want to do just yoga. Yeah. Your yoga's amazing here. But I mean, I don't want to just go somewhere and just do this all day and not, I need somewhere where I can just talk to people and they don't think I'm going crazy when I talk about spirituality and life and my path. Yeah. So fast forward, I see Rythmia, and so I asked a different friend. I saw that it said ayahuasca, And it did freak me out this time. So I asked a friend, I said, would you ever do ayahuasca? And she said, no, not for me, but I have a friend that went, that did ayahuasca, so here's her contact, and contact her. So I contacted her, and she said, yeah, I went to somewhere in Costa Rica.
Yeah.
And I was like, okay, and she was telling me about it. She's like, wait, where did you see this, and where are you interested in going? And I said, Rythmia. She said,
That's it.
that's it. She's like, I wanted you to say it,
Yes.
not me, because that's where I went, and I had the most beautiful awakenings, my miracles, and it's completely changed the direction of my life. So I said, okay, cool. Asked her some questions. She told me some things, but I wasn't thinking of going. I just quit my job, and actually, I just bought a place as well. So now I don't have my job, but I have a place that I'm getting the keys with in 3 weeks. And so I'm like, how I can't spend money and go abroad. And then I had a call just to ask some more questions. And my friend said that lady, our mutual friend, said when Taita's there, that's the week to go.
Yeah.
And I said, okay, cool. Not thinking anything. I speak to Shayna on the phone.
I love Shayna.
And she gave me all the information, and she said, I said, when is Taita Juanito there? And she said, yeah, well, he's not going to be here till a little bit later. I believe it's like
Coming back in December.
Mm-hmm. And I'm like, all right, I'm getting a new place. I got to get a job by then. I mean, I can't wait till December, but okay. And she said, you know what? Hang on. She finds out that somebody canceled.
Mm-hmm.
She's like, I know it's last minute, but I'm just letting you know, somebody just canceled, and we do have a room available for you.
It was meant to be.
Something in me just said, and I kept thinking about it, and I'm like, that's it. I'm booking it.
Yes.
So I booked it, and 2 weeks later, I'm here. And yeah, it was
amazing.
It was just a big, I just followed my gut, because people think I'm crazy, and I'm like, no,
Your
it feels
intuition.
right.
The intuition.
Yeah.
Just follow your intuition always.
Yeah.
So once you got off the phone with Shayna and you booked the trip, did you notice synchronicities starting to happen in your life?
Like crazy. It's funny. I mean, my place, because I was afraid that I'm leaving in 2 weeks. How am I going to leave in 2 weeks? And then I have all these things that I need to prep for before I get my place. But everything fell in line perfectly until maybe just the day before I left. My place, everything got settled. It wasn't supposed to be, but I was the first one to have everything done in my, there's a brand new building. Yeah, and it just, I don't know, it just felt like everything was just going with such a perfect flow. Usually when you go on a vacation, you're just super stressed. Oh my God, I have to go get this. I have to go get this.
Yeah.
It was so smooth, clear, even just getting here.
Yeah. So speaking of getting here,
Yeah.
So once you got here, how was it? How was the arrival here at Rythmia?
Oh my gosh, so you get welcome with open arms.
Yeah.
You have a shuttle, and you get some nice cold water. It's a bit of a shock. I mean, I'm coming from Canada,
Yeah.
so it is a bit of a shock, and I'm just like, whoosh, like a hot blow dryer for a second. And so they come super welcoming, a nice cold water. They give us some nuts, some snacks. And then we all sort of get together until everybody's ready to go. And really nice bride. We've got a video to kind of explain everything before we go. We get here.
Yeah, so, and then once you get here, you go through the check-in process and medical intake,
Mm-hmm.
and how was all of that?
Easy, really easy, really, I was with Dr. Jeff, and I mean, yeah, the transition is so smooth. Any questions that you have, everybody is so authentic here. That's one thing I have to say, is that you feel so safe here. It's like, it's the first time that I can just be completely myself and ask any questions that, I was kind of nervous. I was nervous because, I have hormonal issues. So I thought, is it okay if I'm taking this pill and this pill? Will it, affect, when I'm taking the plant medicine? And Dr. Jeff sat with me, super cool, just, let me know and just put my mind at ease. So it was really smooth.
if you guys have any questions before you come, you can always call this number, and we're happy to answer any questions you have about anything health related or just anything about doing the plant ceremonies or coming here. So yeah, so you got here, and then your first class was what, breathwork?
Breathwork, yeah.
And how was that?
Okay, so breathwork, I'm like, what the hell is breathwork?
So do you meditate and do breathwork at home?
I meditate,
Okay.
but in a different way. And, I thought breathwork, because I find I'm the type of person, most people can focus on the breath, and it's a great way for them to get into, it calms them down and they can meditate easier. For me, I just take really deep, long breaths, and I don't know, usually when it came to breathing and I'd have to concentrate on my breathing, I would think, okay, that's not for me.
Right.
So when I heard breathwork, I'm like, wow.
It's a little different style than that. And it's different from a yoga breath.
Yeah, no, it was completely. So I was always open, but I didn't think anything of it.
So was it like a ceremony? Because when you do the breathwork classes, and if you do it on Friday or Saturday and then Sunday and then the next Friday or Saturday, whatever, depending on you get here on Saturday or Sunday, you get 3 and they're like ceremonies.
That's me. And that's why I am so happy, because I'm sad to see, the friends I made go today, but I got to stay here an extra day because I came from Sunday to Sunday. Yeah. And everybody's like, oh my gosh, you get to relax. And I'm like, that's great and all, but I get to get another breath work in before I go. How funny, something that you didn't think anything of.
So do you think that you'll take the breath work back home and do the 100 breaths?
100%.
Yeah.
100%. Breath work. So breath work, we were told to have an intention.
Yeah.
And my intention, I just said, I want my miracle.
Yeah.
So as we were doing the breath work, tears started coming out. Energy started flowing, all throughout my body like a shock. It felt so good though.
Yeah.
And I'm crying. And there was a moment where I said, I want my miracle. While I'm in this, I'm just in a different state. I'm not in my body. It was like an outer body experience type of thing. And I just said, I want my miracle. And a voice, I'm going to cry. A voice said to me, you are the miracle. And I instantly went into little girl mode, that little girl inside me, and said, I'm the miracle? I kept saying, I'm the miracle in my head. And she kept saying, yes, you're the miracle. And I kept saying, well, no, I'm the miracle. And I couldn't believe it. And she's like, yes, you're the miracle.
That's amazing.
And here I am, just crying and not knowing, and I'm floating at the same time. And this is even before the medicine.
Yeah. So the tears, even in breathwork, are a bit of a purge.
Oh,
the releasing, the letting go, and and you said you felt like you were that little girl. So coming back to that childlike self before the plant medicine. So how amazing.
How amazing. I'm on this high, I'm like, oh my God. When I got up, I was like, that was amazing.
Yeah.
I couldn't believe, I was sad when it was finished, and I couldn't wait till the next one. Yeah. So.
Which was last night.
Which last
Which we'll get to.
Yeah.
So breathwork was amazing.
Breathwork was amazing. Yeah.
And then let's see, so Monday.
Okay.
So Monday you have classes during the day, so you had the opening talk, and you got to meet all the other people that were here with you all week, your new soul family.
Yes.
And how was that? The connections,
it was so easy. When you just, first of all, your vibe attracts your tribe. Yeah. I've seen that before, and that's literally what it was. And I met people from all walks of life, but we all had similarities. We all could bring something different to the table, but at the same time relate in the same way. So my soul family, it was so easy to connect. There was no nerves for me, because you could just feel it. When you have that familiar feeling, like, I know you. Yeah. Like, we're good.
Yeah. Yeah.
No need to just, no one had that. There was the veil was gone. And it was just real soul to soul. so easy to make friends. You know?
Yeah, everybody's here for healing.
Yeah.
And so it's so beautiful. Yeah, we see it every
Remind me
week.
to tell you while we get to on second night
Okay.
something about the soul family.
Okay, beautiful. We're gonna go. So night one was
Night one.
ceremony number one was Brad's night.
Ceremony number one, super stoked, ready to go. Here I am, I got my intentions, you know, I want to find my direction in life. And I take the medicine and I get one message from her saying, tell them, which was all the helpers, she says hi. So I'm like, what? First of all, this voice again came back and I'm like, whoa, what's going on? And she's like, no, you have to go and tell them. Just tell them she says hi. So I'm coming around, she's like, and it's my first night, my first time, you know? So I said it to one of the helpers, and I said, she told me to tell you she says hi.
Yeah.
And she's like, she's like, hold on tight, girl.
Yeah.
Because the ride's about to begin.
Yeah.
But nothing happened after that. So I went for another drink. Well, I thought nothing was happening. So I'm getting frustrated. And I'm seeing, you know, I could hear people and I could see that people are healing.
Yeah.
And I'm just like lying there, you know, what's going on? Not really the purging, all that. And yeah, I was just like, oh, I'm frustrated. Let me go for another drink. So I grabbed another drink. And I got kind of scared. And I was like, maybe I shouldn't grab another drink. But nothing was happening. I was getting really frustrated. So that was my first night. So the main thing was, and so I started to compare with other people, and everybody was, not everybody, but in my mind, everybody was having a great night. And here I am kind of like, well, I didn't connect as much. I didn't really get that much.
Did you go into it with expectations?
Yes. So this is where I started to learn that you need to stop expecting. And the medicine is trying to teach me patience. Patience. Have patience with yourself. Be easy with yourself. All good things will come. But just stop. Because in my life, and this, see again, now it makes me go back and say, what do you do in your day-to-day life? And my day-to-day life has been, you know, oh, this is nice. No, on to the next thing. And I can never just appreciate that moment. Relationships, perfect example. You know, I'm with a guy and right away, I just have to find something I don't like about him or whatever, and I just be like, this is okay, but no, I need more. And I think in North America, correct me if I'm wrong, but I think we live in a society where it's never enough. We're always
searching.
Yeah, we're always searching for more and more, and we can never just sit and appreciate what we have right now.
So she was showing you really who you become in your daily life.
On day one.
On day one.
But it wasn't what I expected, right? I was like, I'm going to be like, hi. Oh my God, just elated. And I'm just here like, what? I don't know if I can swear. But yeah, you know? What's going on?
Yeah, it might not be what we expected, but it's always what we need.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. And so that led me to night 2.
So when you left on Monday night, and then you went home, you got some sleep, had breakfast the next morning, went to some of the classes.
I went to yoga, which was amazing. If you're going to go, I went to all the yoga classes.
All of the classes here.
Yeah, all the classes. Like Paula, like all of them it was so good for me to put the pieces together and really understand that I'm not alone and my journey is supposed to go like this. Yeah. It reassured me and mentally and physically. Yeah.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
So night 2, Sarah, Night of the Divine Feminine.
Yes, that was the greatest night. Well, you know, every night was a great night, but that was a healing night for me. That's where I was merged back with my soul.
So that's where your biggest profound miracle happened. Yeah. I would love for you to tell us about that.
So again, piggybacking on night 1, I'm feeling frustrated.
So did you think going into night 2 it was going to be just like night 1 again?
Yeah. So I'm taking down a drink, taking down another drink, and I'm sitting there and I'm like, okay, I know she's teaching me patience. and emotions start coming up, but I'm feeling things in my stomach, and but I'm still feeling frustrated because, the day before I'm listening to others. See, again, another thing, it's comparison. Don't compare yourself to others. So I'm comparing myself to other stories, and they're saying, I've got my miracle, I got this, and I'm just like, still hours later, I'm still not getting anything. So everyone else is getting something and I'm not. And it got to me. So I went to Sarah.
Yeah.
And I looked at her, and the minute I looked at her, she's got this motherly aura about her. I don't know. It's just an angel, a saint. And I look up to her, and she just looks at me. She's like, "What's wrong?" I'm frustrated. I can't. It's not working. I'm just frustrated. And she said, "Are you frustrated with yourself in life? Look at it with how does it relate to you in life? You need to sit with it." She said, "You need to sit with it." And she's like, "You need to change your perception." She said, "Come to the front here." And then she started doing the singing bowls. And she's like, "I want you to lie down. I want you to feel the vibration. Just calm down and just sit with it and speak to that emotion. Speak to it and see what it wants from you. What is it trying to teach you?" And so I'm just walking back to my bed. I go and get my pillow. I go and get my bucket and my blanket. Just lie there. And then all of a sudden, she starts hitting the bowl.
Yeah.
Ding, 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 ding. And then the vibrations start to go. And then I start to sort of, I guess I cried myself to sleep or something, and I start to go into into another realm, and all of a sudden Jerry pops up. Jerry pops
In
up.
your vision.
In my vision. I'm like, "Jerry?" And Jerry looks at me and goes, "You know how he talks?" He's like, "Mishi, come here. Come here." And I'm like, he's like, we're gonna take you up like I promised you. We're gonna take you up like I promised you. I'm like, huh? And all of a sudden, I just get pushed into somewhere else. And I'm in an empty space, and there's a globe. And I'm going, around the globe are people. And I remember a few significant ones was my ex-boyfriends, ex-relationships, people that hurt me. And I'm going to each one of them, and I'm going around this globe in this circle, and I'm just running to one. And then he kind of just is not even looking at me. So I just go run to the other one. And they're not I'm not there. And I'm just searching and looking, and all of a sudden I turn around and I see myself just standing in the middle and just looking at me I'm right here. I'm right here. And that's when I literally just run back. And it's my soul just saying, why are you running everywhere searching? I'm right here. And I just literally just ran to her and hugged her, and just kind of went together in one. And I'm just crying and saying, why? Why have I ran everywhere? Why have I spent so much time when you've just been there all along? You've just been right inside me, right there. And here I am searching all outside of me. So that was a profound moment.
What a beautiful realization.
Yeah.
And to know that it's always going to be right here.
Right there.
Everything we need and everything that we need to know, it's always within us. We always look outwards our whole lives.
Just searching for more and more, and this whole not enoughness. And then from there, it went to forgiving my father and the little kid in him. I had the little kid in him, and I'm holding him and just crying for him. I felt like I was healing him. I always thought, coming into this, I thought those old emotions, with my father are going to be coming up. And it was the opposite. It was not, I hate you and, you hurt me so much. It was him, this little boy, just so scared and so hurt by what he did that it made me feel. It actually related to Jerry's story a lot too, with his grandfather, and just the pain that you feel. It's so much more than the pain that they gave you. And I just cried for him. And then I saw my mother, and I saw her as a little girl, and I said, "You're just a little girl. Come here." And I hugged her, and oh my gosh, there's so much, but it just kept happening. So
so forgiveness is a huge part of it. And when we forgive people, because they say that hurt people hurt people.
Yeah, for sure.
And when we look at each person as in our lives as that little boy or that little girl, that they really are. Our bodies age, but our souls, and there's such pureness in it. And being able to forgive, and especially like family members, that is so beautiful.
And I just remember it was to the amazing music. The music. We didn't talk about music. The music is amazing. It really helps to guide you through your journey. It is it's amazing. And the music on Divine Feminine Night. And even just, the live music with the guitar. And I was just weeping, but it was so therapeutic. I was just crying for all these people in my life and helping them heal. And in turn, it was making me heal. And I won't forget. So then she said, there were other instances that I wrote down, but she said, I kept asking her, so, what about my path? And she said, enough for tonight. You've done a lot of work. We have a lot more work to do. But tonight, you're going to celebrate. It's your birthday, she said. And so go and dance. So I started to dance. And I'm dancing, and everybody's around. It was such a soft, gentle,
feminine, motherly.
Oh my God. It was amazing. So we're dancing, and all of a sudden, I'm standing there, and everybody's sort of just like stomping to the music. The vibration is going up, and suddenly I just picture myself with a pole in my hand, and I'm going to the music, and I see a Black Panther. The person that is I'm pretty analytical and skeptical of things, but this is not, like, you cannot make this up. Okay? I'm like talking, and I'm thinking in the back of my head, like, oh my God, people must think I'm. Anyways, I see a Black Panther come through the crowd, come right next to me, and just sit, and we're both looking forward. And I'm going with this. Like, it was like like a Cleopatra moment. I don't know what it was.
Beautiful.
And I'm stopping, and then all of a sudden I get this red cloak, which now I noticed yesterday in the Maloka, there's a picture of like a saint or something with a red cloak on, with the Ankh, is it? The Ankh. And so the red cloak comes on. And have you ever played Tetris before?
Yeah.
So you know how the music comes on and the little shapes sort of slowly come down? Yeah. I had that, but a crown. A crown was on my head. Okay? And the backstory to the crown is, years ago, I was in Cuba. And a lady comes up to me and says, this is out of nowhere. She looks at me, she goes, this girl was a queen, but she lost her crown. This was, a little over a year ago. And I was like, and I'm already pretty spiritual, so I was like, wow, really?
Thank you.
That's cool, yeah. I guess I was a queen. And then that happened.
You got your crown back.
I got my crown back.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
That is just amazing.
Yeah. So, I felt good. And at that moment, I said, I'm like, man, I am a badass.
Yes, you are. So have you looked up what the Black Panther for spiritual animal means?
No, I need to get to that. Yeah. I need to really, there's a lot of reflecting I need to do, but
that's why like journaling is so important. And even when you go home, just to continue like the meditation and the breathwork and journaling and yoga, and to stay in that space.
For sure. And so Divine Feminine Night was just amazing. Like, after all of the crying and the healing, I just literally felt like, I'm great.
Yes.
That's it.
It brings a lightness.
Yeah, for sure. It is so it is seriously therapeutic. So, but I can't even find. There was a lot written down for that night for sure. But
Well, if you think of anything else, you can always share with us.
This is what I'm like searching. There's something. So you know how I told you that with our, it's a soul family. I felt like we were connected. Like we knew. And actually, in one of the talks before the ceremony, I believe Jerry or someone mentioned it, that every single person in this room, we're all connected here for a reason. Our souls are together as a soul family, even before we even knew it.
Yeah, we've been together before.
We've been together.
Yeah.
Perfect. Exactly.
Yeah.
So at the end of the night, we're all dancing. It's amazing. The vibe is great. They say everyone go back to their beds. So everyone goes back to their beds. And I'm lying down and I open my eyes. And all I see is rows of not beds, but fetuses. Everyone's a baby fetus. And everyone is attached to a vine. And like, to me, it was this instant realization that we've all been together before.
Yeah, here you go.
And then every little fetus, we're all fetuses just like this. Every fetus just turned into this little bright light and then just disappeared. And it was like, yeah, that's my family. That's my
What
family.
a magical moment.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah, so Sarah's night is just unbelievably beautiful.
Yeah.
And so delicate and feminine.
Gentle, yeah.
And then Taita comes in town.
Woo! Oh my goodness.
So night 3 and night 4.
Yeah. Nerves. The nerves came because, I've been hearing about Taita and the Yahe, and it's not the same. So here I am on this just floating. This is so beautiful. But the nerves start to kick in, because I just had a great experience that I don't know what's going to be, I feel like we attach ourselves to something good that we're afraid it's gonna go. So I started to already get scared. Like, I just had such a good experience. Oh my God! Like, what if I don't now the next day? I don't want to lose that. I don't want to lose that feeling.
Because every ceremony is different.
Completely. Yeah. Yeah. So So night 3 with Taita. It came back to the frustration. I drank 1.
Yeah.
Nothing's happened. A little bit of purging, but nothing. I took 2. Nothing's really happening. A little bit of purging, not much. I take 3. And, I'm asking the helpers, are we going to be leaving soon? Because I don't think I should be taking more. And, I'm really frustrated at this point. It's just because I just came off a high. So now why aren't I feeling it again? And it's again that same expectation thing. So she's like, no, we're going to be here a while. So do what you got to do. But, you know yourself.
Yeah.
And so I said, okay, I'm going to go up there and I'm going to take half. So I'm standing in line. I'm going to take half. I'm going to take half. I'm going to take half. And then Carlos looks at me and he goes, how are you doing? And he's just shining the light on my face. And I said, I'm totally sober. And he goes, más fuerte. And I'm like, shit. I'm like, oh no. And he already gave it to me. So I'm like, shoot. I'm like swearing to myself as I'm drinking it. Like, oh no, you're screwed now. So this is my 4th drink.
Yeah.
And mind you, his stuff is strong, but it's not hitting me. But then after it came with a vengeance. And I purged and screamed, and I literally thought I was gonna die right there. It was that feeling of just every fear in my stomach. And
it was being released.
Yeah. And so she started to speak to me. And I have a lot of stomach issues. Like growing up, I would eat an apple and I would get sick. So I started to ask her I said, Mother Ayahuasca, what what's going on with my stomach? And she started to tell me, first, you need to eat organic. She's like, you're eating foods that are full of chemicals, and you need to start eating fruits. Like, she's telling me exactly, fruits and vegetables. And then she says, no more fish, because I'm a pescatarian. I got rid of the meat, but the fish was not working for me. She's like, no more fish. And I said, no fish? And all of a sudden I see letters saying, no, in big letters, fish. And I'm still purging. Like, okay. And then she says to me, you don't believe this. You still have doubt about this. And I said, no, I believe it. She's like, no, you don't. She's like, you don't believe this. You have doubt. And I'm like, please just get it out. Just get it out. And she's telling me, it will come out. And I'm going to make you, and she's kind of funny, actually. She's sassy. She's sassy. She's like, all right. She's like, no, you're still not ready. I'm like, excuse me, like, you're giving me the whole, like, just, it's okay, you can purge. And then she'd be like, no, you're going to have to sit with it again because you're not ready. And then I'm just like, she's like, you think it was all nice? No, I'm not all nice. And I'm like, wow, okay. As I'm purging. And so, yeah. And she's like, you need to declare that if you really believe in this and you don't have a doubt, and obviously, I had my doubts. Mm-hmm. And I'm like, is this real, or am I just, am I thinking things in my head?
Yeah.
And she's like, you doubt. So she said, declare it, surrender. And that's when I just said, I surrender. I believe this. She said, do you say it with authenticity? So I'm screaming probably here, and people are hearing me. I'm like, I declare, this is real. This is real. And then all of a sudden, oh, what a release of just everything.
So do you feel like after that release that your stomach problems are better?
Completely. Like, I would have to take an antacid every day, maybe sometimes 2.
So it was like energy built up over all these years instead of like real stomach problems.
Exactly. Yeah. And it was like she was saying, just like, and it related to my mom a lot with my mom. So after that, I didn't really have too many crazy visions like some people do. But after that is when just I started to get vulnerable and the emotions started to come. And like, it's like I purged that all out, and then all of a sudden, like, my mom started coming in the picture. Oh my gosh, there's just so much, yeah. Mm-hmm. And I remember feeling guilt and shame was in it. And it was all like the rest of the night until the morning, I'm just purging a whole bucket full. Someone who didn't even purge barely.
Which is the best feeling ever.
Like, I just kept going, and we're on a specific diet here. And, I, what do you call it? I fasted. So I was just drinking some juices and some liquid and just a little bit of, some healthy food. But like, I didn't know where this stuff is still coming out. So I like kept puking. And then feelings of shame and guilt and just things that I felt when I was like, honestly, it took me back to when I was like 7 years old.
Wow.
And I have to say the helpers helped me so much. Tatiana sat with me and we related. Like, the reason why I felt guilty and shame was very similar to her story as well. So I finally got it out. And it was just amazing. Like, it was so hard. And she told me, my mother ayahuasca, she said, you need to do the work now. So tomorrow, you need to get all the work done now so we can continue with your journey tomorrow.
Yeah.
And man, it's crazy because you could see what opposite types of feelings. I feel like I'm gonna die, I'm puking, and at the same time, I left feeling like light. And,
because all of the sickness is really healing, and we're releasing everything that we've been holding on to.
Yeah.
And so you have to feel it to let it go.
You have to do the work.
Yeah.
You have to do the work in order, and that was work.
Yeah.
Oof, I kicked my butt.
You did a good job.
I kicked my butt so bad, but it made sense. And so what I'd have to say actually is that many, and whoever is listening out there that hasn't been, I found that some people actually didn't want to come to the last ceremony after night number 3 because it was so much. It was so much work. It was so hard, and people didn't want to go through that again. And so that crossed my mind, but I said to myself, no. And now I see why. I said to myself, no, this is part of the journey. Now you're going to reap the benefits of it. There's a reason why we had the amount of ceremonies we did and the way we had it planned out. And
it's 4 nights, but it's really one big ceremony.
Yeah. And it's coming together. It has its highs and its lows, but it's only getting you prepared for what's to come next. And I knew in order for me to come full circle and get exactly what I want out of this experience, I need to finish it. I need to go and show up and stand in my truth.
And you did. You showed up.
I showed up.
And how was it?
The best night of my life. The best night of my life. I didn't even purge. I barely purged. I went to the washroom, but she was so loving and so gentle. And she told me so much. She told me, first she said, so my main intentions were like, I really want to find a direction in life. I want to find love. There was all little things, but I just want some clear direction. And she said, you need to be the change in the world. And I just quit my job. And funny thing is, other people were having visions of me that Mother Ayahuasca was telling them to tell me that I need to be helping younger people with this journey to find their spiritual journey, because many young people are still lost, like how I felt. You know. And so she said, you need to be the change in the world. And I said, okay. And then she started to tell me who my soulmate is, who I'm going to marry. What? And I said, really? Are you sure this person? And it was such a sure, there's one thing to hear something, but another to feel it, and it resonates with you to a point where you just know it's right. And it's a hard thing to explain when you're going through it, that you're hearing things, but it's a different type of language that when it just resonates with your soul, with your heart. So she told me who, in order to get that, my masculine and feminine energies need to be aligned. And that's when I will bring that person into my life. So that's one. How many kids I was going to have, when I'm getting married, exactly to the month and the year, what I need to do when I go back home. And I said, but Mother, I need to know, we're just having a full dialogue. So I didn't really see any visions. I was just having a consultation.
Beautiful.
The entire night, from start to finish. And she said, tonight we're going to be gentle. Tonight you're only going to have one. And you're going to be amazing. And she said, no. If you need to purge, you just gently get up and you can walk to the and I'll let you know when. And you can walk to the washroom. And we're going to be gentle with ourselves. We did the work. She said, you did the work, so we're going to be gentle. Now we're going to just be kind to ourselves. And it was just such a beautiful night. And she was showing me everything I asked. She'd say, okay, what's next? What's next? And then I said, but what about my, what is my purpose here? What is my direction? That's my main question. What is my direction here in life? And she said, listen, let's make a deal. See, here's a little cheeky part of her, right? And she goes, let's make a deal. And she goes, if you pull your end of the bargain, and if you do everything that I tell you not to do and to do, it's gonna come to you in December In the middle of the night, you're gonna wake up and you're just gonna be like, I know, that was it. And then she goes, here, I'll make my, oh my God, I'll make my hand green, so you know that's me. And then and here's my hand. And so we make a pact. We actually, I see the vision of us with a green hand and my hand, and we're just shaking. So we shook on it.
You made a deal.
I made a deal. Then she shows me my heart. And she goes, do you still want this? Mind you, I used to be an ex-smoker.
Okay.
And then I started vaping. And I still kind of knew like I didn't want, like I should stop. But I kept doing it. To each their own.
Yeah.
But she shows me my heart, and it's kind of gray. It's got some spots on it. And she's like, stop vaping. And she said, you don't need that anymore. And then she shows me my heart, and it's kind of gray. Through years of smoking, right? It's gray. And she goes, you still want this? And I said, can I have a new one? And she shows me this, and she showed me a beautiful pink heart. And she goes, okay, but you have to promise that you're gonna take care of this heart. You're gonna she's like, you have to look after this. You're a brand new baby. You have a new heart. You have a new heart. And she just kept saying, you have a new heart. And she places it in, and she's like, but you have to promise to take care of it. You have to eat right. You have to, it's like I'm taking care of this little, like a little baby. Like, I'm taking care of this heart because I have promised that because she gave it to me. So that was another profound moment. So much has happened. I probably forgot a lot, and I'm sorry I keep going with it. But these are the main ones. So I mean, and so that happened. She gives me a heart, and so she said, so in December. So who knows? Who knows what's gonna happen in December? But everything else was completely answered.
Well, that's not too far away.
No. And I can't even not believe her and trust her because it was this gut-wrenching, like doubt got purged out of me the night before.
Yeah. And it's like all of these miracles that are happening, it's just such a trusting, believing, knowing.
Yeah.
And it's so beautiful.
It's so beautiful. And the healing, the healing circle with Taida. Oh, she told me, oh my gosh, I forgot. So she told me there was this little bit left in me. And it was this uncomfortable feeling. And I said, Mother Aya, what is, how do I get rid of this? You said to be gentle. She said, go to the healing circle and ask Taida to help you heal it away. And I kid you not, 2 seconds later, Carlos goes, if anybody would like to come to the healing circle, and I'm just, right away, just popped up. I'm like, yep, that's my cue. So I sat there, and there was so much energy.
Yeah.
Like each person was coming and cleansing you of something. And then Taida came, and I started crying. And I was in such awe and appreciation. These people are healing us. It's crazy how much love you can receive from a stranger. Not really a stranger, but in that sense, a stranger where I don't know you, I've never met you.
Not in this lifetime.
Not in this lifetime, exactly. But you're giving me so much love. Like, you just want me to heal. Yeah. And so he is doing some crazy things on me. I don't know what he's saying to me, but I just can tell he's just like
the prayers and the
prayers.
chants. Yeah.
And it was so like I'm just going with it. And when I just cried and I just looked at him. I said, "Thank you." And then there was actually another Taida, I believe, right? Was there another Taida in the circle?
Maybe John Freddy.
Yeah. I mean, I look up and I say, I'm looking at my, who's that? And whoosh, the energy on him when he came. There was so much energy through me, I think even just because I just passed Taida, that like everything, like how the breath work was, that same feelings, I'd say doubled, tripled. And it was going through my entire body that I didn't know what to do. I felt like I just need to throw up.
The vibration
Yeah.
was like so high.
It was so high that I'm like, what do? I need a bucket. I need to throw up because I didn't know what to do with this feeling. And I just get this voice saying, sit with it, embrace this power. Yeah. And so I just sat and everything just went like numb, just like, like this weight. Yeah. It just relieved me, and I just couldn't even lift my arms. I just felt like, like I don't know what to do. I can't even describe it.
What a relief.
Yeah, relief.
Yeah.
Relief in a way that I would never think possible. Yeah.
So that's how you closed up ceremony. And
I danced.
What a beautiful, I would say, celestial celebration, lots of dancing.
She said, now you got your heart.
Yeah.
Now we celebrate.
Yeah.
And just seeing everybody come up and dance and just beaming. No one's even looking at each other. No one cares. That was another big thing of mine, was I have an issue with trying to always please others. Mm-hmm. So that was a big miracle. That was a big aha moment, and a realization I had was I don't need to give a crap what people think anymore. So she said, just dance.
Yeah.
Just dance, and who cares what anybody thinks? And I'm usually the one that's just kind of like, okay, like I'll stand in the back and just do one of these. Yeah. And I'm just going for it. Just, I don't even know what I was doing in my body.
Letting your light shine.
Yeah, and I felt so feminine. I was like, just let it out. Because I had a lot of masculinity.
That little girl was shining. And she was dancing.
Yeah.
And it was beautiful.
Yeah. With my brothers and sisters.
Yes.
And there was no judgment. It felt so safe in there. The music was so beautiful. At one point, I literally was lying down, and I'm just like, is this a dream?
Yes.
Is this a dream?
Yeah.
What a roller coaster of emotions.
It's all love-based.
Yeah.
And when we learn to love our fear, the fear dissipates. Yeah. And it just allows everyone to really let their light shine. And it's such a beautiful journey of seeing all of you guys doing the healing through just surrendering and trusting and believing and knowing. Yeah. And she gives everyone exactly what they need. It's specifically for them.
Yeah. Specifically, yes. Like,
because your journey wouldn't work for someone else.
No.
And vice versa. So,
and she brings things out of you that you didn't even know about yourself. And just makes you look at things in a different light. There was another thing, which I think I told you before, was how I was getting a little bit afraid, in the dark, with everyone having their healing. It started to freak me out sometimes, you know what I mean? Where I was like, how people reacted. And it started to remind me of, being afraid of the dark and being afraid of like demons and these kind of things. And she said, no. In order to find light, there needs to be darkness. And you don't need to attach a fear to darkness. It's just a balance. Yeah. It's like a yin and a yang, and there's beauty in darkness, because in it, through your darkness, you find the light. Yeah.
And you can't see until you see.
Until you really
And then once you see,
you can't unsee.
Yeah, you can't unsee.
You can't unsee. No.
And then, okay, so Friday morning, then did you go to the dance class?
Of course I did. Oh my God, now that I'm like this spiritual, beautiful, ethereal dancer, which I didn't know. I'm queen, exactly.
Queen goddess.
Of course I went to, I just had to go see. And mind you, it was a long night, a beautiful night. Everyone was saying I was glowing. And I could see everyone else just
and you still are.
Yeah, and I was just kind of looking at my reflection. Yeah, actually I am. I'm really not too bad. But yeah, it was amazing. So, but it was tiring. Yeah, I was tired. I had all these emotions, but we've had 4 days of work to do. Yeah. So I'm tired, but I still went to all the classes, and even Paula in the morning. It's a brief class, but she really started to put things together. Yeah. Might I add too, there was a class with Dr. Jeff the day before. And it was so amazing, because he gave us the tools for when you leave here. Listen, it's all great, but like everyone says, 50% of it is here. Yeah. But the real work starts when you go out. Yeah. And he started to show us what statistics show, numbers. So how the brain works and what our journey should be looking like. And it was exactly what I was going through. So I wasn't the only one. And there is a method to this. This is all methodically planned out so that you can get your miracle properly. Yeah.
And then you can apply it in your life.
Yes,
when you go
which
back
is
home.
extremely important. So I went to the dance class. That was liberating.
Yeah.
It was liberating. It was so much fun. And it's just, they made us put blindfolds on. So, that fear that I had with people seeing me and trying to impress people and trying not to look bad in front of people. What an amazing way to just put a blindfold on. No one's looking at anybody. And you just dance. So I am sweating and I am hopping and I don't even know what I'm doing, but I felt like I was just the queen dancing. So that was, and then instantly, I swear to you, all that built up tension and just exhaustion went right out the door.
So it's like ceremony of dance.
Ceremony
and you
dance.
can release anything else that you're still holding on to.
Oh yeah.
And then after that, there's another breathwork class.
Yes, breathwork. And clearly I'm excited about breathwork because...
Did you feel different from the Sunday night? Even though you had a profound experience and you were crying and you learned that you were the miracle, was the breathwork on Friday night different?
Yes.
After doing that?
Oh my gosh, yeah. It was like it was a ceremony for me. And a lot of people actually got their miracle even then. They still needed a little bit more. And once they got to the breath work, again, it was that, now it's a familiar feeling. So I'm getting that rush of the energy, the same one I felt in the healing circle. And so that's coming back. And I'm like, yeah, all right, it's coming.
Yeah.
And then, tears started to come, but they were not sad anymore. I was so happy. I was happy. And I just started to float. And it was just such a light, just a beautiful experience. And I remember she was saying to me, Mother Aya said, that's when she first said, you deserve this. And she said, you do the work and you get the rewards. The universe rewards bravery. Yes. I say that often. Someone said that to me and it was just, it made so much sense to me. Yeah. Just brings a lot of clarity. And it's all with, goes back to that first thing that Sarah said, sit with it. Yeah. Whatever it is, it's trying to speak to you that I don't want this anymore. And this is what you've done, And so years and years of holding something in and letting it kind of rot inside you. In my case, it was like things were rotting and I was just literally taking my guts out. Yeah. But it was, the work was sitting with it, just sitting with it and letting it transmute into a positive type of energy. So. Oh my God, so beautiful. So are you looking forward to breathwork tonight? Yes. Yes, I get to stay one more night and tonight is, I'm just happy and I keep taking away each thing. I keep taking away different types of, there was a different, I think they taught us something a little bit different, or maybe I didn't take it back the first time, which was how to breathe maybe even faster with, just going two breaths and then two-stroke breath, which I was like, I like this. I really like this. So, and I'm definitely going to be taking back. So each class, I keep taking away something new, and even yoga. Yeah. I liked yoga. Yeah. But I made a promise that if I'm coming here, I'm going to do everything. And I did every class, and I absolutely I took away so much. That even if I don't go to classes, which I will, but if I didn't, I wanted to do it at home. I have a broken wrist, and I was taught how to properly, do a plank with a broken wrist. That's amazing. Yeah, take away everything. Yeah, so you can just take it all back into your life, and 100%. And keep the high vibrations going. Yes. 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 Oh my gosh. Well, what a beautiful week. So going back into life, what is going to be the biggest change that you are going to apply? Being kind to myself. Being kind to myself and understanding that everyone has their own journey. Just being a lot more compassionate with myself, first and foremost, is I can't take care of anybody if I don't take care of myself.
Yeah.
So I do come first in order to change the world, like she said, or apply any of these things. Is I need to be kind and compassionate with myself. Show my feminine side. Not everything has to be so hard and tough, armored exterior.
Have that beautiful balance between the masculine and the feminine.
Yeah.
And let your queen self really shine.
Yeah. And then I just know that people everyone has a story, everyone has a journey, and I need to see the little girl and boy in every single person that I do come in contact with. However, there has to be boundaries as well.
Yeah.
So boundaries is something now that I also need to put into place, because I do want to be more. I deserve to be more. I guess you could say picky with who I surround myself and who I give my energy to.
Exactly.
Because it has to be reciprocal.
Yeah. And you'll notice that people that have high vibration will start to come in, and those that don't will slowly start to fade away, and you just gracefully let them go.
Yeah.
And it's so beautiful.
Yeah.
And so, do you have any words for anyone that maybe is watching or that will watch this and they're a little nervous about coming or scared or not sure?
Yeah, I mean, no one's ever sure. You need to go in it sort of like a child.
Yeah.
And the child theme for me is huge, because at the end of the day, there's that inner child in us that just wants to play and be curious and learn more. And I think many of us have just been caught in this robotic cycle, and that this is just the way it's supposed to be. And everything you see that is physical, that's life and that's it. And there's so much more. There's so much more. So come. The nerves are good. Nerves are good. Nerves are good because, it just sort of shows you it's preparing you for an awakening and change. And change is scary.
We'll be walking into the unknown.
Yeah.
And
it's the fear of the unknown.
The fear of the unknown.
Yeah.
But it becomes so familiar.
Yeah.
You're I've done this before. Yeah. I've been here before.
When you're in it, you're in it, and you're just like, why did I have to torture myself going through all these nerves and second guessing myself? Why did I come? Oh my God, why did I book that? What am I doing here? No, I shouldn't go. Should I go? All of these crazy emotions that we all have. You're not the only one. You're not the only one for sure. We all go through it, and it's normal. It's normal, and what you take away from it, it is that, like you said, there's this cosmic joke. You know what I mean? You kind of just look back and be like, you're so cute. I can't believe you thought, now you see it, and you knew this all along.
You're welcome back home.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh.
Welcome back home. What a beautiful experience.
Yeah.
Well, I want to thank you so much for sharing with me and sharing with everyone.
Thank you. Thank you for listening. It's therapeutic to just get it out and start to sort of piece for me, I'm just telling you my stories, but I still have to go back home and integrate everything and reflect and put it into work, into my real life.
And you'll be in your own process. Yeah. And welcome to the new you, the new childlike dancing queen that you are.
Thank you.
So you just continue to, to accept all the aha moments and the realizations that continue to come. And when you step back into life, you'll notice that, oh wait, I am more patient and more compassionate and kind, and live a love-based life and not a fear-based life. And everything falls into place. It's all in divine order.
It's all in divine order.
We can argue with it and fight to it, or however you want to say it, but once we just surrender to it and realize that there's something so much greater that is on our side. Completely.
And when you just get out of the way of yourself, you're the one who's stopping you.
We get in our own way most of the time.
Yeah. And it's if you just allow just trust, and that's part of the purging is just breaking you down, all those barriers down to tell you, like, it's the only way to just shake you and just say, stop it, let go.
Let the ego start to fade away and allow that little childlike voice that is really the big voice that's so clouded to really shine. Yeah. And that's what you've done this week, and it shows.
Yeah. You know, for a first timer, I think I did pretty good.
Yeah. So, do you think you'll be back?
Yes. I will be back. Because I would do it on a yearly. So for me, I don't need to go back to a doctor and get prescription medicine for my stomach and for the acid and for, you know, whatever it is your problem is, depression, this, that. This is the real medicine. And it's plant medicine. There's nothing more better than having nature cure you. So I would come and call this my yearly checkup. Yeah.
Side effects of this medicine: happiness, joy, love, compassion, kindness.
And no hangover. Honestly, this is from the first day, I was like, whoa, okay, this is, you know, it's got an effect. But you wake up the next day and you're just like, wow, and clear.
And you realize you don't need as much sleep as we think we do, and as much food. Yeah. And it's important to eat, like you were saying, she was saying organic and high vibrational, things that grow from the earth.
Yeah. And she said, she also said to fast.
Yeah.
To fast, and the way your body will be best to adjust it to, but fasting, the nights I fasted were the nights that I had such a easier transition, I would say. And the colonics as well.
Oh, and the massage. Did you enjoy that too?
Oh, the massage, she spoke to me today. I had it today, actually, right before I saw you. And I was just like, thank you. Just in such gratitude, like, oh my God, I am so blessed to get this right now. And she's still with me. She's still with me saying, you deserve it. You did the work. Yeah. So you can reap the benefits now.
And you do deserve it.
Yeah.
So thank you for being at Rythmia.
Thank you.
Thank you for doing the work. Yeah, what an honor.
Thank you.
For you and the other 75 people that are here this week, I mean, just so much gratitude for you guys showing up, because you really make a huge difference going back, not only healing yourselves, but the people around you, and now you can go heal the world.
And it's with your help, though. The fact that something like this exists, when I thought in my head, like, God, I wish there was something where like-minded people can come together and feel safe. And my God, honestly, I've never felt so safe in my entire life. I've always felt scared, and which is why the armor came up. Yeah. And I always had this tough exterior, but the way everyone operates here, it is nothing is out of the ordinary. Do you know what I mean? And nothing is judged and shunned upon. It is the most safe, authentic, pure, loving place and people that I've ever come in contact with. Yeah. And I mean that with my entire whole heart.
So we always say, Jerry, thank you for creating Rythmia. Thank you, Jerry.
And thank you for hijacking my vision, because it was the beginning of a whole new me, a whole new life. So yeah, thank you.
And as you guys hear, the miracles begin before the plant medicine, breath work, and even the synchronicities start to happen as soon as you book your trip. So
if you're feeling it, if you're feeling this calling, please follow it, because it's all part of the plan. It's all part of it. And instead of you fighting it, just go with it. I went with it. I went pretty ballsy and, quit the job, have a place that I have to go, and it's not going to be all beautiful, whimsical when I leave here. But I knew, you feel it, and it's going to be that little voice. It's going to get louder and louder and louder until it's screaming at you. And the more you fight it, the more you're going to miss out, I would say, and stop yourself from really seeing the real you.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, yeah.
just always remember who you are.
Yeah.
Yeah. So again, thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you.
Let's see here. Thank all of you guys so much. Yes, Jeff says most transformational place on the planet. Yes, yes, yes. Thank you guys. Hi, Tati. So good. Well, you guys, we will be back next week with more I Got My Miracles. So another beautiful week coming up. I believe that Maiku and Ingela, the dog intuitives, are here this week. So as people start to check out and check in today, we are so excited. So thank you guys all for being here with us. Thank you so much. And we'll see you next week. So, and thank you again.
Thank you. Thank you for listening.
Bye, you guys. Have a wonderful weekend.